I stopped drinking 5 years ago. Before that I would get drunk pretty much every week. I had 14 shots of whiskey. Then I had 3 shots of vodka. And then I went to the bar. People don't even ask me now. It's just the default setting is they know I don't drink. It becomes unquestionable as long as you stick in there. If you're here and you're trying to improve your life, it is unquestionable that you're trying to improve. Nobody can question that. You have my biggest respect. I just want you to know that you can become that. That can be you. You could be unquestionable. And as soon as you have one thing that's important to you, your entire life gets structure. So the reason I'm starting a solo leveling guild is because when you're at the start, you're gonna do most of your progress alone. Like in the beginning is when you have the most things working against you. And the first leg of progress you make is gonna be alone. And then the second leg of progress, you're gonna need external help. But at the start, you don't have support. You probably, not only do you not have support, people might even be laughing at you. They're probably not taking you seriously. Maybe you want to improve your life. Maybe you want to quit an addiction. You want to resolve it. People might laugh at you. And that's fine. Like, to be honest, they kind of have a point, right? To be fair, that's all they know. Like, that's all the data they have of you. So all you gotta do is not worry about them. If you fix your internal things, that's why I don't recommend you tell people what you're doing. I don't think it's required to make progress. Like, if you just stick to your guns and you don't fold, you resolve your things internally, that change starts to happen outwards, and people accept you for the changed version of you. They will accept you because you don't need this external pressure. You're already trying to improve. You already have this like back and forth going on inside of you. You already have like enough things to worry about and to work on inside of you. Put all your energy there. It's not required to spend it outside. You need all of your focus here. That's where you could get the most. That's when you can do the most damage. That's when you can do the most effect. That's when you can have the biggest change, the biggest results. And that's really all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. People will accept you for who you are. Like, when I stopped drinking 5 years ago. Before that I would get drunk pretty much every week. And it was like, I'm just gonna summarize my drinking story, pretty much my drinking experience. It was like, the last time I got drunk, I had 14 shots of whiskey. Then I had 3 shots of vodka. Followed by 2 glasses of old fashioned, like half a glass of whiskey. 2 of them, chugged them back to back in one go. Then I had 3 shots of tequila. And then I went to the bar. Like, I just had gin and beer at the bar. Not gin and tonic. Gin with beer. And I didn't have anything to eat, so I could get drunk. So yes, I have done drinking. I've completed drinking. So yes, I have done drinking. I've completed drinking. I've beat the game. I've beat the boss many times. And when I first stopped drinking, people don't take you seriously, right? And that's normal. I don't think people are trying to be mean. They're just trying to see if this is who you really are. They want to know if this is your decision, or you just are you trying to be trendy, or you heard this somewhere. They want to see if this is who you really are. All you need to do to win is don't fold. You just gotta sit in one place. You just gotta stand. People are gonna try to push you. You don't even need to push back. You don't need to fight back. You don't need to spend any energy on that. All you need to do is not fold. You just gotta stick to your guns. Double down. What happened was, when I stopped drinking, some people were like, first of all, I stopped hanging out with the people that I got drunk with. That is pretty much self-explanatory. You want to stop doing some negative, bad behavior. You just leave the environment that induces that behavior. You want to start doing something positive, you go in the environment that reinforces that positive behavior. That's pretty much it. And so what happened is, some people were they didn't take you seriously, they laugh, and I would just literally stand there and look at them, and they would stop laughing. So as long as you just stand, people will not question you. As long as you're yourself, people will accept you for who you are. I didn't really try to convince anybody. That's not needed. All I did is resolve my internal things. Because what happens is, you might have tried to stop drinking before, or whatever it is. You maybe relapsed. What happens is, I didn't stop. You don't just like want to stop. You don't stop when you want to stop, right? You want to stop way before you actually stop. And what happens is you relapse, you relapse, you relapse. And you go, you know what? That's probably enough. Like, enough is enough. And you just stop. You don't do it again. You don't have the desire to do it anymore. You just burnt through that period of your life. You don't feel like it's making progress because to you, it's just like, oh my God, I keep relapsing. I keep failing. But what happens is something is happening in the background. Your brain is rewiring. And you have to, it's like every relapse, you get 15% XP. 15%, 15%, until you level up. And then you stop. And then you say, enough is enough. And so it's completely normal that it doesn't happen. But when it happens for you, when internally it clicks, it's gonna start to ripple outward. You don't have to try to change anybody's opinions. Let their opinions just match who you are now. What happens now, you know what happens now? When I go somewhere with my friends, and my friends, they drink. And that's not a problem for us. Like, it doesn't bother us. I don't drink, they drink, we hang out, it's fine. We cool with that. Because we accept we accept who we are. They accept who I am, and I accept who they are. And what happens is, when we go somewhere and people don't know me, and they come, and they offer me a drink, and you know what happens? My friends say, no, he doesn't drink. Literally, my friends are answering for me. Like, they're defending my position. They're defending me and supporting me not drinking. But for the first 2 years after I stopped, they just offered me, do you want to drink? Do you want to drink? People don't even ask me now. It's just the default setting is they know I don't drink. They don't even need to ask me. It becomes unquestionable as long as you stick in there. That's all that's required to win. People cannot question you. It becomes unquestionable. Not even your own mind can doubt this. If you're here and you're trying to improve your life, you're watching these videos, it is unquestionable that you're trying to improve. Nobody can question that. And anybody who's working hard, if you're trying to improve your life, you have my biggest respect. Like, if you see a jacked guy, it is unquestionable that he goes to the gym and he's putting effort. Nobody can question that. I just want you to know that you can become that. That can be you. You can become the unquestionable guy or girl. You could be unquestionable. People are just going to stop questioning you. As long as you stick in there. That's all that's required to win. And the problem is that when you're starting, you have this external pressure squeezing you in. And the default is that people are like, the default is people want things from you. That's the default. You're always being pulled like from multiple directions by multiple people. It's funny that, you know, when people say like, it's funny that, you know, pretty much society is like a game of chicken. It's like a tug of war. Society's pulling you in this direction and you're pulling in this direction. Like there's someone out there who's trying to tell you what you should be. And there's someone in here trying to tell you who you should be. I just want you to win. I just want to pull with you. Because I want you to win. The default is that people are like not asking. People are just coming and they're trying to take things from you. Like the default is ads play. They don't ask you, hey, can I take 5 seconds of your day? No. Ads just play full blast, full volume. That's the default. And it's like, you know what's really like annoying? Is that unless you click on the ads, the platform doesn't make any money. So do you literally think that low of our time? Like, do you really, that's insulting. You think that low of my time? You're gonna waste my time, not ask for it. So the default is that people are trying to pull you into something. People are trying to pull you into a bunch of different directions. Society is trying to tell you who you should be. I just want to pull with you. I just want to introduce you to a bunch of guys who are going to pull with you. Because it is so hard when you start. When you're at the beginning, you need support the most, but you don't have it. People don't start to support you until you're already like strong. Until you're already like firm. And so what happens is, if you relapse, it's usually not planned. It usually happens like that. It's usually an impulse. Or maybe you're out. If it's for drinking, for example, you planned not to drink and something happened and you decided to drink. Maybe someone said something, whatever. My point is, the biggest reason for relapse in the beginning is that you don't really have, is just other people a lot of the time. It's just the fact that you don't have something to lean on internally. Because you know what's really cool? People become more responsible when they have something to be responsible for. I know it makes sense. It's like a no-brainer. But when you get more responsibility, like you probably noticed this, the days where you relapse are probably the days where you don't have a lot going on. When you're kind of like alone and you don't have too many things going on. It's like maybe a day off. That's when you do stupid things. When you have nothing to do. On the day where you have to do school, work, you have to like go to the gym and lift. You don't have time. You don't have time to do stupid things. That's kind of what you want. The more responsibility you take on, you become more responsible. And the way to respect yourself is to do things that are worth respecting yourself about. That's how you feel good about yourself. You do things that are worth feeling good about. That's it. And all that's required is, it is literally amazing how well people can do if you just let them, if you just give them a shot. Like what happens now is like pretty much at my job, I manage people and I'm responsible for delegating tasks to them. And if I teach them to do something, they show it back to me and then I give them feedback. And we're able to progress really fast, and it's really amazing because the more they grow, the more responsible they become. Like they might be doing more things, but they're doing all of them better. Even though there's more things that are doing, when people adopt more responsibility, they become more responsible. So if you're like relapsing, it is probably not like because you really love doing this thing. It's not because you have a need to drink or a need to go on the websites and jack off. It's probably because you have a need to do something and you don't have anything to do. You don't have anything important to do. You don't have anything to be disciplined for. Trying to be disciplined doesn't work because you don't have anything to be disciplined for. So if you can just find something to do, grab onto it, that can just guide your life. And that happens internally. You find something that's important to you. And for me, it's leveling up, right? And that's the thing that I just love so much. And as soon as you have one thing that's important to you, your entire life gets structure. And that's all you need. That's all you need. And when you have all this pressure, I just want to help you. I just want to help you find this thing and level up. That's all. That's all. So let's level up. Let's arise. Let's get XP. And let's see how far we can go.